disagreement of what represents an Islamic dress code. Assalamu alaikum. It seems that there is
another caller.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Mr. Janoinde.
Alhamdulillah. So wàññil télé bi tuuti.
Télé bi tuuti.
Waaw okay maa ngi ko wàññi.
Waaw baax na.
The program anyway is very important.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Fu mu nekk nii jamono bi daanaka góor yi amuñu rek. Kilifa yi dañu war a try ñu train seen doom yi naka la ñoo solo naka la ñoo génn outside.
Wallahi wallahi.
Foo na jamono bi daal ñu xam ne dañoo bàyyi seen doom bi di génn am. Te foog ma ne ñoom façon sol boobu lañ doon sol.
Déedéet.
So anyway sol buñ doon sol ne try seen doom yi daal sol façon sol boobu noonu. Kon naka gis ne léegi ñuy sol yuutal nii ak jigéen ñuy sol façon nii léegi ñoom seen doom naka la ñoo mel.
Wallahi.
Kon ñoom dañoo gën a comme dof rek.
Yes yes.
Dañu war a try ñu change système yi change suñu attitude yi. Doomu aadama war a mel comme mbaam wala ay xaj si kaw mbedd bi.
ci lu wér ci lu wér.
It's terrible.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Anyway, lii mooy sama contribution.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
You know, the comments is very important because, you know, when you...
concerned.
Yes.
No, it's rampant. It's all over the place.
Yes, when you expose your body. And I said to, what is sad is that when they do it, they think that it's beautiful.
That's right.
But you discover that it is bad and ugly. And it makes you cheap. It makes, you know, there was a time when, you know, men would just run after women just by seeing a part here or a part there. But now, nothing anymore is attractive. Why? Because it makes them cheap, it makes them ugly, it makes them, and they just think that they are beautiful. The more you expose your body, the more you expose yourself, and it's not right anymore. So I think the comment was very okay. Now, I was just telling you about the number of points that you have to fulfill. Of course, scholars have disagreed whether niqab, for example, to cover everything including the face, there are a minority of scholars who take that as an obligation. But the majority of scholars, or all of them, in fact, the consensus, hijab to cover everything except the face and the hands is something that all the scholars agree that it is something that women have to. But niqab and khimar, these are points of disagreement of scholars. There are some minority who sees that as an obligation. So if a woman chooses to do that, and she chooses to do that, I see no reason why you cannot encourage him. But I, as a husband, should not force, for example, my wife to dress, yes, to wear the niqab. But once they choose to do that, I think no, it's not a problem. You can encourage them to do that. Because there is a minority view talking about that. But the majority, not only majority, but the consensus of scholars have agreed that the hijab, in that sense, to cover everything except the face, is obligatory on every woman. So that it should be long, it should be thick, it should be loose, and it should also be flexible in the sense of allowing you to move here and there without exposing anything. So these four represent what we call the appearance aspect, the bodily aspect, the physical aspect. But as I quote you in the first verse, the verse that says that is the combination of not only appearance but the combination of righteousness.
Righteousness, appearance and righteousness.
Yes, because when you put a good dress code and then find yourself in gray areas, what kind of signal are you giving? That's why it's not just about the dress code, but it's about the purity in your heart, about the sincerity, about doing it for the sake of Allah. There are also some of them who do it, but they also show off. You see, they do it and then they say, okay, we, the veiling women, should not give hand to, you know, as if you are showing off, ostentation. So when you do it, okay, it seems that they say, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Wa alaikum salam.
ngi ndokkale ko leen si programme bi.
jërë ngeen jëf waay.
am na solo trop.
jërë ngeen jëf jërë ngeen jëf.
li ma bëggoon a contribuer tuuti rek la.
yes.
su fekkee da nga bëgg a jabar bu baax.
waaw.
da nga fexe nga make sure ne li moo solo baax na bala ngay sëy ak moom. waaye soo demee ba nga sëy ak moom ba pare léegi nga bëgg a moom solu bu baax fekk boo ko doon sëy bi day solu bu baax daf dee indi jafe-jafe si sëy. waaw am na xale yi tam dañ dee bëgg a defaru solu. comme western side. waaye soo ko seetloo ñu bari dañ leen dee wax ne soo soloo solu bu correct doo am bi. comme nga soli comme islam naka la wax doo am bi. ñaari xale yoo xam ne ñoom ku nekk rek daan solu comme western. léegi kenn ki bàyyi solu fan di solu comme toppa naka la islam wax. ñu ne ko de ba comme musul am bi kii amul bi kii solu bu baax mu am. waaw ñoom ñaar ñi ñu ngi yaru woon.
Can you repeat because the line was not clear.
amul benn problème. waaye bu kenn ki di solu comme européen kooku am jëkkër soo ñëwee gis ñoom nekk na lépp.
ok ok.
waaw pour xale yi di solu bu baax daal ina tamit léegi bul di taana ku solu bu defin européen nga taana koo xam ne daf dee solu bu baax. comme islam lu wax. programme bi rafet na jërëjëf maa ngi kontaan trop loolu rek laa bëggoon a contribuer jërëjëf.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I think her comments are very important.
Definitely.
But I would also like to tell her that the fact that people are whispering on girls that, okay, if you dress Islamically, you will not have husband. These are some diabolical whispering too. Because those who dress properly must be patient. Those who dress properly must, of course, have people like this telling them like that. But you should not listen to them. And it's not also true because there are many people,
I think it's
sometimes the opposite.
You see young girls living with their parents and the mom can just be like, oh my God, what are you doing?
Yes, because sometimes you are...
I'm your mom, I'm not even covering myself. What's wrong with you? I'm going insane. Sometimes it's just the forces. Too much pressure, stress,
because it's
family.
It is
At the end of the day, it's like, well, I'm not even going to do it.
Yes, why? Because it is
all... My parents are really criticizing me every day.
It is part of an unfortunate situation that you have a parent like that. Because if you have a parent who has been very much westernized in that sense, who feels threatened, because you know when you live with light, darkness, when you are dark, then when you are people of darkness, you don't like light. So upright people also threaten those who are not upright. So when you are very much like that, and you see somebody who dressed properly, you feel uncomfortable. And as a parent, when you feel uncomfortable, then you will overreact against the child. Okay, oh, you want to bring this home, and then you attack the child. It happens, and I saw it a lot, and I've seen a lot. But these are
stories.
Yes, but these are part of things that we have to encourage those who dress properly to continue dressing properly. And sometimes the opposite happens. You can see two girls, friends. One also dressed properly will find husband also even before the one also who doesn't dress properly. But these are things that whenever you do something good, you have to do it. Why? Because always shaitan will stand before you, but make sure that you do it patiently.
Situations also where this woman was covering and this man was like, if you don't remove this, I can't marry.
Sometimes
you have to remove it, but later on they even separated.
Yes.
See what Allah can do.
What Allah can do. Yes. So that is why when you are obeying Allah, obey Allah regardless of Allah's commandment is more important than anything. So that is why it is important that when you obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you obey Allah regardless of what people say. Why? Because the reward will be as huge as you ignore those people, you ignore those whispers, because most of them are diabolical. So we thank the intervention very much. Now, these 4 components is about the components of the body, appearance. But then, you have to add